afternoon, Bio Nation. I hope you're doing well today. My name is Matt Williamson.
And I am Corey McFan.
And you're watching Marietta College Esports. So, it's Saturday, which means it's GLEC Day. We have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is we are coming close to the end of the fall season. All good things must come to an end. And so today will be the last regular season matches for the esports program for the GLEC. But the good news is we still have those matches. Our Valorant team will be playing against Mount Vernon Nazarene University. We're already in lobby, so they should be starting up very soon. And then, of course, later this afternoon, our League of Legends team will be playing against Valpo at 3. And our Fortnite team will be participating in the Naystar League Championship also at 3. So since they're going to be starting very soon, let's take a look who's going to be playing on our Valorant team today. So we have, and I'm just going to go through the list here. Freshman Walker Dale Wave. He's playing today. Yeah, he's playing. We have freshman Osvaldo Nito Hisoka playing. We have freshman Octavia Pedro Edible Drywall playing. He might be in map 2. I don't think he's starting in map 1, it looks like. We have freshman Tyler Rich Bubs playing. We have sophomore Jasmine Smith Weenie Hutt Jr. playing. And we have senior Spence Tenney Spence playing. And of course we have our head coach Derek Games. But all right, we've already done the map picks and bans, so it's going to be Fracture first, then Bind?
Yes.
Bind, and then if we go to map 3, it's Ascent.
Yes.
All right. So we have that. So as soon as they get started, we will get that to you. While we're waiting, we'll do a couple quick announcements. So first, we do want to give a shout out to HyperX for being the official peripheral sponsor for Marietta College Esports. So they've helped provide our facility with keyboards, mice, headsets, mouse pads, microphones. So if you would like to get your own HyperX gear, please be sure to go to hyperx.gg/MariettaES. The Marietta ES is capitalized. The QR code is up on your screen. And we're starting off. So, quick shout out to Over the Moon Pizza. Thank you for your support. Go check them out, Front Street, Marietta. All right. We are on Fracture. Marietta College versus Mount Vernon Nazarene University. And it's going to take a second to load. There we go. We're on Fracture. So, what are things that we're seeing about ops, keys to this map? Take it away, Corey.
Well, Fracture is like, it's a little bit of a weird map just because there's so many angles that you can come from. Like, attacker side has 2 different angles that they can come from just off of spawn. So they basically have 2 spawns, essentially. As far as like agents go, Marietta usually has their like typical compositions that they go with. Weenie Hutt Jr. with the Killjoy, for example, like very popular pick for Marietta. In the Chamber, also very popular.
Yeah, we've seen Chamber basically 100% pick rate in almost every. Well, it's 100% pick rate on every single map, and one side or the other. Both sides are going to be using Chamber here. We're seeing Hisoka on Viper. He's been playing that a lot. Wave on the Breach. We've seen that a few times. And Bubs is bringing out the Fade.
That would be Reyna.
Reyna, they were talking about Fade. Shows I'm a noob. I'm a noob.
It's okay.
It's a Reyna.
It's okay.
We've seen him a Reyna. What am I thinking? It's been a long day already. We have done like 3 different scholarship tryouts today because today is also one of our scholarship tryouts. So if you're a high school senior or a college transfer, we do tryouts for our scholarships. So yeah, we were up first thing this morning after a very long Rainbow Six match last night. Multiple rehosts. So yeah, it was interesting to say the least.
That sounds a little rough.
It was. But we're here now. Physically, I cannot promise that I'm here mentally. Because I cannot distinguish between Fade and Reyna, apparently. So feel free to make fun of me in the chat for that. I deserve it.
Nah, it's okay. That happens.
Well, I'm saying chat can make fun of me. Because I know our coach is in the chat, so he will definitely make fun of me for that. But alright, so we are in the first round. Marietta is defending. And it looks like Mount Vernon Nazarene is going to be grouping up, maybe aiming for Site A. But we're going to see, Bubs is going to try to see if they do go through that door. But Hisoka's going to get an early pick on the Neon. Going to be reloading.
Can't use this. Poison orb emitting.
He's going to use the poison. He gets a second down before falling, so it's a 2 for 1. We're seeing waves coming in, but is blinded by the smokes. And Mount Vernon Nazarene is just using those smokes as cover. And everyone's just kind of like in a standoff. As soon as the smokes fade, I think we're going to see ammo fly. And Bob's is going to take down the KO. Weenie Hut Jr. is going to fall. And Marietta takes down all of Mount Vernon Nazarene. And all they have to do is just disable the spike and they'll take the round.
Yeah, that was very good for Marietta. Very good play from Marietta right there. Even with the smokes, like, they were patient enough to wait together as a team to take the 4v3 fight together.
Yeah, but a very strong showing there from the Pioneers in that first round. We'll see if they can keep that momentum. Of course, they're going to have the weapon and econ advantage in this round. So hopefully they can capitalize on that advantage. Any interesting weapon choices that you noticed from Marietta?
Not really. It is only round 2. It is like their first buy round, so they can't really get like that great of weapons. So they do have a little bit of an advantage, but.
And Wave does get picked off. He's going to spot out 2 from that top. It's like you're talking about the fact there's essentially 2 spawn points.
Poison orb emitting.
But we're going to see that they're going to... It's almost like a double rotate. We see the top side kind of heading towards B. But now Mount Vernon Nazarene's going to go through the middle and join them. So they're going to be doing a group of 5 using the fact that they do have a numbers advantage. Spence there on the chamber waiting very patiently. And the smoke's going to come out. And she will go down. But Bob's and Spence will take down a couple each. Less than 30 seconds remain, and the spike is already down. The Spence is going to great pick, but Mount Vernon Nazarene is going to be able to plant, but it's a 3v2. Bob's takes down 1, so there's only 1 left. But Spence is going to get it with the 3K, and he will have enough time to disable the spike.
Very well played from Marietta right there. They were down at very early in the round. They Mount Vernon got a very early pick on a wave there, I do believe.
Yeah, they did. And it was just a great play also using the smoke to move as a group. Spence was watching it and used that smoke to prevent the block division. So they can move into 5, and they basically were able to gang up on Weenie Hut Jr. But they still were, Marietta was still able to get the picks they needed to take the round.
Now Marietta is going to be a little bit of a disadvantage gun-wise because they did die a lot, so this is a save round for them. And Mount Vernon's going to have a lot better guns.
So despite the fact that Marietta won 2 rounds, Mount Vernon's going to have the weapon advantage because they saved that previous round.
Yes.
Yeah, we are seeing that breach ult coming out for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Weenie Hut Jr. does go down, and they are converging all onto Site B. Spence and Wave fall. So it's just Bubs and Hisoka that are left. Once again, using those smokes as cover. And we saw there, I mean, Hisoka took down 1, but 3K coming out from Mount Vernon Nazarene.
Yeah, not really a whole lot Marietta could do there because they were at a major gun disadvantage, and Mount Vernon just had guns, so they had the range on Marietta.
Alright, so we'll see. They're still up 2-1, but we'll see if they can kind of extend their lead for this round.
Turret out.
So we're gonna see kind of again that split approach. Spence is waiting for anyone to peek. And he's gonna teleport very quickly. We're gonna see Mount Vernon Nazarene using those smokes to cover. And Marietta's just gonna have to wait a little bit for those smokes to go away.
Spike planted.
And Spike does get planted by Mount Vernon. And Winnie Jr. does get one down. And there comes the Brimstone ult. But Mount Vernon's Chamber is able to take down two. Wave takes out one. But it's just too many people there. And it's a 1v3 for Bubs, who's already at 8 health. He gets one. But unfortunately, he does get taken down.
Little unfortunate there that his knife did come out there at the start of that last gunfight with the Brimstone. But yeah, that was a little strange. I'm not sure why his knife came out there.
Maybe it was a misclick?
Maybe.
I know he was trying to like maneuver around it for cover, but now it is tied up. Marietta does have 3 of their ultimates ready, almost 4.
Stop their advance.
And Mount Vernon did use the Brimstone ult in the last round, but the Neon ult is ready if they choose to use it. And they will use it. And Bubs does take down one. But Wave and Spence do get taken down. And Hisoka almost got the kill, but didn't quite get it. But now it's a 2v4. He's going to get picked off, and it's just Weenie Hut Jr. that's left.
Spike planted.
And Mount Vernon will take the lead.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot Marietta could do there. They were forced to save, and Mount Vernon was just able to buy it. So they already had an advantage over Marietta once again, just because of the gun and the gun advantage.
You're seeing just because they're getting the picks, so they're definitely having that econ advantage. But we see Marietta does have at least a little bit of econ now. They can get some weapons. So we'll see if that will even the score for this matchup. And in fact, Hisoka is going to use the Toxic Cloud right away, which is going to narrow the focus for Mount Vernon to site A. Spence does get one down, but will fall to the Chambers ult. Now we see Bubs bringing out the Reyna ult as well. Wave takes a hit, but he's fine. But he is going to go down. Wave gets one pick, but he's going to get picked off. So it's now a 3v2.
Spike planted.
You to try to get the catch, but didn't quite get it. But it's going to get picked off, and Hisoka's the only one standing. He's going to have to respect that chamber ult. And still gets taken down by it.
And that might have been a situation where it might have been better for Marietta to converge on them at once instead of trying to take a 1-on-3 fight, then another 1-on-3 fight. little bit of a like not working together there in that round, and Marietta is gonna want to have to do that if they want to win this map.
Yeah, but they got the first 2 rounds, but it's been all Mount Vernon since. And they are going to be a little bit of a weapon disadvantage. Spence is going to pull out the chamber ult.
You are powerless.
But looks like KO from Mount Vernon is going to be popping his ult as well. And a whole lot is being used right now. Hisoka does fall and so does Wave. And that's 3 Pioneers already down. And Spence is the only one standing. He does get 1 down. But he did not expect the Brimstone right there and does get taken down.
Very close on the no-scope right there. If he would have hit that, that would have been crazy. Once again, Marietta not working together and trying to take one-on-one fights or even one-on-2 fights.
Well, it's almost like they're trying to move in, but they're getting smoked and they're getting suppressed and just getting caught. We saw in the first couple rounds that they were very patient, got rewarded, but it seems like they're not patient anymore. But they are going to have to get some picks this time, because right now their econ is not doing very well. But say if they get picked off again, it will be a save round, but Spence is going to get taken out very early. And Winnie Jr. is going to get taken down. Hisoka is going to be looking to flank from behind. Hisoka gets 1. But it's going to get taken down by the chamber. Wave does take out 1, but will go down to the Neon, and it'll be another round with 3 at Mount Vernon up still. They're at a really good econ advantage.
Yeah, it seems like Marietta is kind of going into it without a plan of like what they want to do. Like, it just seems like they're not on the same page. This is a game of strategy, and you gotta make a plan together as a team in order to come through. Even if it's a dumb plan, let's at least follow through with it once.
Yeah, they do need to execute something. There has to be a strategy. You can't treat this like a solo queue game. Because it is a comp game. You have to have a plan to coordinate with each other. And if you try to treat it like a solo queue game where everyone just does their own thing, you're not going to get the results you want. Winnie Jr. is going to start getting pinched and does get taken down, and that's going to be Mount Vernon's opportunity to plant.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
And Bubs gets 1, but both Spence and Bubs will fall, and Wave's the only one remaining. Gets 1. At this point, I don't think he's got enough time to... Yeah, he wasn't got enough time to defuse, but maybe try to get a couple picks, but still, another 5 eliminations to 3. So Mount Vernon Nazarene looking very good econ-wise.
Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade.
Major economic advantage for Mount Vernon here.
Turn out.
Looks like even if they get taken out, they can just essentially full buy in the next round.
Even their lowest econ has 2,000 over Marietta. Just about.
Poison orb emitting.
So now Mount Vernon Nazarene is going to go all in on Site A. They do dodge the Hellfire, but using that neon wall as coverage. Hisoka takes out one. He takes out two. Spence gets one down. So it's now a 3v2. Spence does get taken down though, so it is a...
Player standing.
And Hisoka's the last one remaining. And Mount Vernon Nazarene will take another round.
Once again, Marietta not working together. They peaked one at a time there. Like, and then one by one just got picked off.
Yeah, they had the numbers advantage, so they could have easily 2v1 the chamber, for instance, or even the breach, but decided not to. So it's been 8 rounds in a row for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Marietta is yet to take another round.
You want to play? Let's
Although
play.
Spence is going to take down one very early.
You are powerless.
KO ult's going to be coming out to suppress wave. Yeah, and just good use of the smoke as cover, taking down Spence, and then the chamber ult's going to be taking down Spence.
Last player standing.
And it just goes back to saying, everyone's just kind of doing their own thing.
Now working together. Like,
Last round in the half.
you need to help your teammates in order to win this game. And Marietta's gonna need to pull it together if they want to take this map, or even this entire series.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to take in more rounds, they're going to have to find a way to coordinate with each other.
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
Marietta does have 4 ults, so they do need to utilize that. You see the Reyna ult coming out.
Off your feet.
Well, the breach comes out, but Bob's is going to get one pick.
Let's go.
And we're seeing Hisoka with a 2K, 3K. And only the Brimstone for Mount Vernon Nazarene's left. Who will be rotating over to site A.
Swarm grenade areas clear. Ah, turret up. Swarm grenade out.
So now the rest of the team is going to be moving in to try to converge onto...
They are so dead.
Wave does go down. Spence is going to try to use his ultimate. Hisoka goes down, so it's a 3v1. So they should be able to just converge and take him down.
Out of range.
And Bubs does take it down right before getting the plant off.
Switching sides.
Marietta did a very good job about using their ults there. They had 4 and used 3 of those 4, I do believe.
And actually, Spence's came back up, so they at one point had all 5. So the only one they didn't use the Viper Pit, but they did coordinate that and take the round. So now can they use that as kind of a way to get their momentum back? So Marietta may be looking at a split approach. Hisoka's checking if there are any flanks.
All set up.
breach comes out, Marietta's going to fall back. But Hisoka does get taken down. But Bubs does get taken down, and now the rest of Mount Vernon will be converging over to Site B. So Winnie Jr. will move over to Site A. 53 seconds remain. But Wave does get the kill. Takes a couple hits, but does survive. So Winnie Jr. will get the plant off. But Spence is going to get taken down. Winnie Jr. is the only one remaining. And Mount Vernon Nazarene will be able to take the round.
Yeah, Marietta did a great job about getting onto site, but they didn't really have enough people to hold it after the fact. Once again, it's just not playing as a team and just peeking by themselves.
Well, to be fair with that one, a lot of times when they're playing offense, they do get pinched a lot, especially in the south spawn point. So I know a couple were kind of checking to make sure they weren't getting flanked, but they got picked off. So I don't think that was necessarily they aren't working together. It's just losing the 1v1s, which put them at disadvantage.
Toxins going up.
You see, Hisoka's going to be using that toxin wall. See, Wave and Hisoka are going to be converging up. The smoke does kind of blind them a little bit, so they're going to have to be careful. Marietta's taking their time with this one. And another smoke's going to be coming out. And they are getting flanked from behind. Bobs is going to fall. But Wave does get one down, but does get taken down while reloading. And Winnie Jr. is the only one remaining. And that'll be another round.
Mount Vernon is gonna be unable to buy the best guns in the world. Maybe some of them will be able to. However, Marietta is able to full buy here all round.
Let's see, they need to start taking a couple of rounds because Mount Vernon Nazarene is just 2 rounds away from taking this first map.
Toxins going up.
And Hisoka gets picked off, going in maybe just a little too fast. But Wave is going to get the refrag. And Bobs was looking to get a flank from behind, but he's going to have to watch it. He might be going to get flanked himself. And Bobs is going to get caught from behind. And Wave is going to get taken down. So now it's just Spence and Winnie Jr. in a 2v4.
Last player standing.
But Spence gets 2 down. About 40 seconds remain. And that Neon is low in health. But he is going to get caught by the Neon.
Once again, peeking one at a time. Every now and then it's gonna work and you're gonna get a couple kills out of it, but it's not 100% win rate if that's all you're gonna do.
Yeah, Merida's going to have to go all out on this one. It seems like Wave is holding off on his buy.
Here.
Alright, there he does get his weapon. But Marietta needs to take this, otherwise Mount Vernon will take Fracture. And now we're going to see the Chamber ult being used by Mount Vernon. They're trying to move in as a group. And they take down the Chamber, which is huge, but two of the Pioneers fall next to each other. Neon's going to pop her ultimate and take down Winnie Hunt Jr.
Spike down B.
But Wave does get her down, and also the KO Breach ult. So there's just one left for Mount Vernon. It's just the Brimstone.
Got the spike.
And Bobs will get him down, and Marietta stays alive.
That was just chaos right there. Straight up, that was just bullets were flying all over the place, and people were dropping left and right.
You know, sometimes that's all you need. Just a little bit of chaos.
A little bit of controlled chaos.
Exactly. But it is still match point. It is still an uphill battle for the Pioneers because they have to take several rounds in a row to be able to get back into this. But they do have a couple ultimates that they can utilize. The Chamber was looking for an early pick, does teleport away. And we're already seeing those ultimates to me out. Breach popping his, Bob's using his ultimate. And Ahsoka does get one pick, but Wave Ahsoka and Winnie Hart Jr. all get taken down as a group, which is not what you want to see if you're needing to win that map. KO's going to be looking for a flank from behind. Bubs gets one. And Spence gets caught without knowing that the KO was there. Bubs takes one down, so it's a 1v2. He's checking the corners. Does take down the Chamber, so now it's just a 1v1. 45 seconds remain. He's got to know the KO is by the spike. But he gets taken down.
Defenders win.
So with that, Mount Vernon Nazarene will take the first map 13-4. And we saw a couple of good, as the camera, there we go. We disappeared there for a second.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
So it looked like they got a couple of rounds near the end, but a lot of it was just coordinating their strategy. A lot of individual peeking is what really cost them the map.
Yeah, that has been one of Marietta's greatest faults this season, is just peeking one at a time and getting picked off one by one. This game is a strategy. You got to have a plan. You got to execute that plan as a team and like work together. Use your util to help your team.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick. We're gonna check here to see. I think we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be on Bind. All right, and welcome back. We got everyone in. It is going to be bind and making sure everyone is good to go. Okay, just making sure. Our coach was spectating from the wrong side. Like, I don't think that's what's intended. So we're getting that fixed. It's going to be bind. Marietta will be attacking. So as soon as they start, we will get things underway here. All right. So let's talk a little about bind. Let's talk about some agents that could be beneficial here, or even just some of the agents that Marietta has to go with. I know they have presets, but what do you think?
Okay, bind's a pretty big map, and it's got like teleporters like already built into the game, so you can teleport from one side of the map to the other. So like fast moving characters or instant moving characters like Chamber, Raze, or something like Jet is great here.
So speaking of Jet, Hisoka's looking at the Jet. Wave is going to be bringing out Omen. We saw him play that a lot earlier in the semester. Haven't seen him play it a lot now, but now that's going to be bringing out. Maybe utilizing some more smokes. Spence going to be locking in that Chamber. Winnie Hunt Jr. on the KO. Bub's bringing out that Reyna again. But all right, so how's this comp look to you?
Both compositions are pretty balanced. Both teams have that Chamber, so that's balanced like right there in itself, because Chamber's like overpowered right now. He's been overpowered for a long time. But I feel like Marietta might have the smokes advantage here, because Omen is just more versatile with his smokes than Viper is. Because once Viper puts her smokes down, you can't get that back in. It's just stuck there. So if Marietta wants to attack one site and they see the Viper wall, they can just go to the other site, and then Mount Vernon has no smokes.
So I think it's going to come down to then how well do they use their smokes. We were kind of talking about in the break about you have the utility and making sure that you use the utility, and not just using it, but using it properly. Now it looks like there is a pause coming in. All right, looks like there was a game crash. Yeah, it looks like Bob's game crashed. So Marietta called for a pause, and let's hope he's able to get back in. I know there's been some issues before with disconnects, but he hasn't left the party.
No, he hasn't left deliberately. So if he can get back in, then he should be good to play.
Mm-hmm. Now the other thing is, like, because this is the first round of this map, if for some reason he can't get in, I'm sure there could be, they might have to reset the map, which wouldn't be as bad as like some of the earlier times where it's like in the middle.
Like this is like first round hasn't even started yet.
Right. Yeah, so I think they're just gonna restart his game. But yeah, let me go check on the team real quick to make sure. Well, actually, he's saying he's reconnected.
Oh, he's back. He's moving.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's good. Yeah, because he didn't leave the party, that's what allowed him to get back in. Unlike some of the issues we had early in the semester. But it looks like everything is fine. We don't have to reset the lobby. We don't have to do a rehost. Oh my goodness. Yesterday at the Rainbow Six match, we had like 4 different rehosts because of pings and connection issues, and it was a mess.
Just here, if we would have had to reset, it wouldn't have affected.
This one wouldn't have been as bad. Alright, but we are seeing Marietta looking at site A, and Hisoka already gets 1 pick on the sky, dashes across.
Here.
And Winnie Hunt Jr. is going to start planting. They do have the numbers advantage. Wave takes down 1. And actually he's taken down quite a few. But Winnie Hunt Jr. will fall, but Spence is going to get a kill. So there's just 1 left. Marietta's just going to keep an eye and watch for any peaks. But Bob's is going to get taken down. And Wave and Hisoka are just kind of hanging out there.
Last player standing.
But a great pick by Wave.
Already we're seeing improvement from Marietta, working together as a team. Like, granted, some of them did get picked off there, but that's gonna happen sometimes, where if you're holding an angle and they just win the gunfight, that's gonna happen eventually. But they work together to get on the site and get enough kills to, like, be able to, like, take that round.
Yeah, they got the early pick, which allowed the plant, and then they were able to hold. But I think this round's going to be very important, because we've been seeing a lot of times where, like, even if Marietta takes this round because they have the gun advantage, if they are locked in on their econ, then Mount Vernon can have a chance to get back in the next round. So this is going to come down to, can Marietta get a good win on this round so their econ is not as locked in? We're already seeing two of the Pioneers, but we're seeing, despite the weapon advantage, Wave is the only one that's remaining here, so that's going to put him in a very tough spot in the next round. The team got a little bit overconfident with the advantage, but they just got picked off very quickly.
Gun here.
Mount Vernon will take that round.
Now, Marietta did do a very good job at, like, pushing together and, like, peeking things together. It just seemed like Mount Vernon got a lot of, like, really good frags off of it. It's not really anyone's fault that that happens sometimes. It just happens.
Alright. But that is going to put Marietta at a disadvantage, because they are going to have to mostly save for this round, so they will have a bit of a disadvantage. But we'll see if they can at least get a couple picks. Although Bobs will get one, but Hisoka will get taken down. Leah Jr. is going to get taken down. Wave's going to be using one of his smokes. But Wave is going to get picked off.
Last player standing.
And Spence had a little bit of trouble with that gunfight. So now Bubs is the only one standing. But he does take down one.
In sight.
I don't know if there's much he's going to do. Maybe he's going to try to save.
He doesn't really have a whole lot to save. He just has the sheriff. However, if he hits those shots,
Excuse me.
he could very well take this round.
Yep. And he
hits
does.
it.
Oh my goodness. He got an ace.
Ace. Very insane plays by Bubs right there.
Oh my goodness. Just when you thought that the Pioneers were down, Bubs just pulls out the ace. You can hear the hype from the team.
He did so well right there. In like, he had no reason not to push there because all he had was a sheriff. He didn't have anything to save necessarily. So he was just able to click on heads. He clicked on heads.
Yep, that's the thing. You click heads and you get the dub. So now he's got his ultimate ready if he wants to use it. But Hisoka's going to get picked off. Bubs is not the only one that's able to click heads in this matchup. But there comes the Reyna ult. But Reyna is going to go down. Wave will get a kill himself. So gets the refrag, but now it is a 3v4. Now the smoke's going to come out.
Cover going out.
And they will rotate over to site B. 45 seconds remains. But just gonna have to watch the brimstone. And that was unfortunate. He looked left, excuse me, when he needed to look right. But Wave is gonna take down one. But he gets caught off on the left side. And Mount Vernon will tie this up.
This is a very close matchup in this map so far. It's back and forth between Marietta and Mount Vernon here.
With that said, Marietta may be looking to save this round.
It looks like they are playing for next round to be able, as long as they can full buy the next round. If they can't full buy this round.
So I think the goal is going to be, can they get a couple of picks and maybe try to disrupt Mount Vernon's economy. Bumps will be hanging out there. Meanwhile, Wave is kind of checking with Ray's kind of peeking over there. And Marietta's being very patient at this point. But the thing is, with them being on offense, they have to make the move. They're trying to see if Mount Vernon will try to roam out, but it doesn't look like they're taking the bait. But Hisoka does get a pick, and that might be exactly what they need, but Winnie Jr. is going to fall.
Spike down A.
But Bubs is going to get caught. But Hisoka gets another headshot, gets smoked, so going to have to fall back, but there's going to be a raise not too far, but very low on health.
30 seconds left.
But with 30 seconds remaining and the spike is down, I don't think Marietta is going to be able to land, so they got to find some picks. Wait, did Wave just take the...
10 seconds left.
Yeah, we've seen this before where, because Omen can pick up the spike middle.
There they are.
He doesn't have to necessarily be there. Like you can go straight to B site and ult right directly on site
they get the-
and pick up spike.
Player
I
standing.
think the plan, but they're going to start defusing. Hisoka's the only one that's left.
One enemy
But he takes down one. Is he going to get an ace? Chamber teleports. Because Hisoka's got 4K right now. Oh, he goes down and does not get the ace. And I think there is enough time to defuse.
Yeah, he was left with 3 bullets left, and there was not really a whole lot that he could do with 3 bullets. Unless he hits that headshot, which he did not.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Kind of 4K himself. I know he wanted that ace so bad.
And that would have been 2 aces back to back from Marietta.
And that was a save round too for them. So the fact they were able to take down 4 does help. So now we see they're able to full buy. So hopefully they can take advantage of it. And of course, Hisoka does have his ultimate ready too.
Cover going out. Here. Blinding.
But Wave is not going to get the pick, unfortunately. Tries to charge in, gets punished for it.
Suppressing. Suppress.
We're seeing a lot of shots flying. Bobs gets one. Weenie Jr. gets one as well. Hisoka gets one. So that's already 3 down on Mount Vernon. And actually just 1 remaining. And he's on the other side of the map. So Marietta's going to get this plant off.
And he does get caught out by the chamber trip, so Marietta knows where he's at.
It's just kind of waiting. And he's going to get the killing blow. Marietta will tie this up.
Embarrassing.
So close, this map right here. Very even in both econ and ultimates. and it's 3-3. It's just back and forth between these two teams right now.
So it's going to be a matter of, can Marietta utilize the utility properly? Can they utilize their ults properly? And it looks like they may be going all in on site A. And the Viper Bit's going to be coming out for Mount Vernon. Interesting they put it there, which means that they could still go for site A, but they just might have to take a different route. So it's going to be careful though. And a great headshot, but gets refragged while running away. But now we see the others retreating. But Bob's is going to get picked off, but Wave will get the refrag, so it's been 1-for-1 trades. And now the KO is going to be coming out to do that mass suppression. Toxic Wall is going to come out. Wave teleports and get a flank from behind, but he's going to get taken off. So another 1-for-1 trade. Spence will get the spike planted, but he will go down, and it's just Weenie Hut Jr. standing. And does end up falling. A 4K coming out from Mount Vernon's chamber, and they will get the defuse off.
Both Marietta and Mount Vernon are doing very well about working together as a team and getting those 1-for-1 trades on attacker's side isn't necessarily that doesn't necessarily give you that much of a disadvantage. In fact, it does give defender's side a little bit more of a disadvantage than attacker's side. It gives defenders less space on the map.
We see a little bit of a save going on.
Let's play.
So Bob's gets taken out very early. So almost everyone's popping their ults that they have available. Both Spence and Hisoka are going to be using their ultimates. Actually, the chamber from Mount Vernon is also going to use an ultimate. Junior's going to have to be careful here. And we're going to see the Poison Cloud coming out. Takes a hit, has to fall back.
Here.
Hisoka takes a huge hit, but Omen's going to end up falling.
Spike down B.
And Hisoka not going to get any value from his ultimate, unfortunately. But Spence does get one kill from his, actually taking down their chamber.
Teleport's ready. All set up.
And he comes out of the smoke, not realizing that the Brimstone was right there. And Mount Vernon Nazarene will take a round.
Marietta was working very well together, but there was an example of them peeking one at a time and just getting picked off.
Yeah, they're starting to get back to some of their old habits, and they gotta have to watch that. So right now, Marietta's just kind of in the middle. Checking in case if anyone from Mount Vernon's going to roam, but I don't think anyone will. Everyone's just kind of taking their time, but they only got a minute left, so they're going to have to move in at some point. Bubs did spot the chamber, but does not connect. So now Wave is going to be popping a smoke right in front of him for a chance to rotate around. Gets blinded, has to fall back, but Wave is going to get one pick, but will get refragged. And the Brimstone ult comes out. He takes a couple of hits. Still alive, but barely. And Bobs is going to get picked from behind, but Hisoka is going to take one down. Still running out of time. They got to take down the remaining 3 or plant now. Spence is going to start planting. And just barely gets it off in time, but Winnie Hunt Jr. will fall.
Last player standing.
And Pioneer does get picked off one after another. It'll just be another round for Mount Vernon.
Very unfortunate for Marietta. Not really a whole lot to say about that round. It's just Marietta is just losing those gunfights. It seemed like a little bit of panic happened in some situations.
Well, they waited a long time before making a play, so they had less than a minute to move in. It's like, okay, well, we gotta go now. So Mount Vernon has taken the last 3 rounds. They are up 6-3.
Cover going out. Shadows traveling. Watch them run.
And we are seeing that teleport coming in again. But just using that to get some information. And now Bubs is going to pop his ultimate. But Wave does end up falling. Hisoka's going to take down one. Dodges the shot from Chamber. So it is a 4v4. But a bunch of smokes are coming out. Spence will start planting and does get the plant off. And lots of shots fired, but Hisoka is going to take down one. Bubs will fall though. Winnie Hunt Jr. is going to take down one.
Enemy remaining.
And Hisoka with a 3K, Winnie Hunt Jr. with a 2K. And Marietta will get that round.
Yeah, very good job for Marietta, working together as a team, using their util in a way that will help the rest of their team instead of trying to take those ego peaks.
So econ wise, Marietta looks like they have a full buy. But so does Mount Vernon Nazarene. Might be a slight advantage with Marietta's econ, actually. So we'll see if they can utilize that lead.
Hisoka bringing out the Yop to try to counter that pesky Yop on Mount Vernon side.
They have been focusing a lot of attention on Site A, so it looks like they may be rotating over to Site B. Just slowly checking, but Hisoka's going to see if he can find a pick. I think he suspects. And he does a great headshot on the Viper. And I'm hoping Omen checks left. Please check. He did not check left. You gotta check those corners. We've obviously got to wait until that smoke clears. 30 seconds remain. It's 4v4. And Bubs is going to get picked off. Actually gets 2 down. And Marrietta's out of time. They're going to have to move in. being at disadvantage and both Marietta Junior's defense fall, but I think a lot of it is just Marietta taking too much time, and then they have to go in, and that's when mistakes are made.
Yeah, also not checking that corner over there, over on B site, put Marietta at a little bit of a disadvantage.
Alright, but it's the last round before the swap, so Soka's ult is ready to go.
Need a drop.
And will utilize that ult, so now can he get some value from it. And a bunch of smokes are being used. Waver's looking for him, but Hisoka does get picked off, and so does Winnie Hut Jr., so that's already 2 down. Spence gets picked off.
Last player standing.
And it just seemed like Mount Vernon Nazarene was completely prepared. Bobs gets 1. But he will not get 2.
It's taken down by that
Teleport's ready.
Switching sides.
But yeah, Mount Vernon just seemed to be completely prepared for that.
In some situations here, it seems like Marietta's trying to be a little too fancy.
Alright, so the round has begun, and Mount Vernon is looking to go all in on Site B, it looks like. Spencer's got to be careful. All it does teleport away. Wave gets 1, but Spence is going to go down, and Wave gets picked off.
Spike planted.
And Mount Vernon Nazarene is just kind of keeping Marietta at bay. Soka gets hit with a headshot,
Player standing.
and Mount Vernon will take another round.
It seems like Marietta is kind of slipping back into their old habits of peeking one at a time, and they're getting picked off one by one.
I don't know so much about peaks, it's just getting caught. Like, they go in, and it's just like they're not reacting fast enough. And so that when you're at like a 3v5, especially when they've already planted the spike, you kind of you're basically on the offense at that point because you have to go try to retake the site. And we're already seeing a bit more aggressive approach. Hisoka's going to get taken down, and just like that, they're getting a lot of picks. Bobs does get 1 pick. But Winnie Jr. falls.
Player standing.
And Spence, Bobs does go down, was trying to reload, so Spence is the only one remaining in a 1v3. So Marietta does get a couple picks, but not a whole lot he's going to be able to do.
Teleport's ready.
And he tried to look right, but did not realize the chamber was, or the brimstone was in front of him, and does get taken down.
That was just taking a chance on where they were, and he guessed wrong.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. What can you do at that point?
Yeah, not really anything you can do.
Now, the advantage is Marietta is going to be able to full buy. So we'll see if they can utilize that to try to get a couple more rounds in, because Mount Vernon only needs 3 more rounds, sorry, to take the series. And Wave knows that there's someone there, puts out a cloud. And he just got caught. I can't even tell where he got caught from.
Mount Vernon just randomly shot him through the wall.
And they got lucky.
Yeah.
Just like how Chamber went through this
Planted.
smoke. Yeah, that happens sometimes. But
Player
there he is getting picked off one by one.
That initial pick, though, on Hisoka was not anyone's fault, though.
No, it's...
Just a very lucky guess that he was there.
Yeah. Yeah, they predicted and and Mount Vernon got rewarded for it. So now Marietta is in a tight spot that looks like they are going to have to save, which means then they'll have to go all in on the next round, which will be match point. I don't know why you would swap to the knife like that.
It's a little weird that he peeked at all there. Like, no information. Okay.
Last player
Yeah,
standing.
but everyone's getting just picked off one by one.
1 HP in a dream right here.
And he tried to make a play, but not much he can do.
Match point.
There, he had to hit that headshot or he was going to die. Because he was on 1 HP.
But this could be it. Marietta has to go all out here if they want to stay in the series. And we're going to see a 1-for-1 trade coming out. Chamber and Brimstone popping their ultimates. Bob's going to pop his. And Bob's is going to take down one. Winnie Jr. does fall, so it's just Spence and Bob's that's left. Bob's does get one down, but will fall, so it's just a 2v1. And that Chamber ult is going to just seal the deal for Mount Vernon Nazarene. So with that, the Pioneers will fall 0-2. But I mean, I think we saw some good things. There were some good plays. It's just some mistakes, some peeking, and sometimes just unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, major improvement from the first map to the second map there. It seemed like the first map they kind of like gave up a little bit, but on the second map they started working more as a team and like actually pulling through and actually came close on a lot of rounds that they lost.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to call it here for now. Our League of Legends team will be playing at 3 o'clock, but since that's like over an hour and a half away, we'll take down the stream, and then we'll bring it up shortly before the League of Legends match. Also, as a reminder, our Fortnite team will be playing at 3 as well, but that will be on Nace Star League's Twitch channel, so have both of our channels up. So for all the latest updates of what's going on at Marietta College Esports, please be sure to follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Shout outs again to Over the Moon Pizza and HyperX for their support. Thank you.